Beautiful Anonymous is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
With the new My Lowe's Pro Rewards American Express card, earn 3 points per dollar spent on Lowe's qualifying purchases for the first 6 months after card account opening. Plus, save 5% every day on eligible purchases at Lowe's and earn points on eligible purchases everywhere else Amex is accepted. Card members get more at Lowe's. Subject to credit approval. 5% can't be combined with any other offer. Exclusions and restrictions apply. Points subject to loyalty terms at Lowe's.com/terms and credit reward terms at Synchrony.com/MLPRA-terms. Visit Lowe's.com/business credit.
Hello to everybody that doesn't want to feed Southern cliches, but every once in a while, it's Beautiful Anonymous. 1 hour, one phone call, no names, no holds barred.
I'd rather go one-on-one. I think it'll be more fun, and I'll get to know you, and you'll get to know me.
Hi, everybody. I know not everybody likes a long intro. This one's particularly long. Probably want to skip like 11 or 12 minutes ahead if you want to get right to the phone call. Thanks so much. Hi, everybody. Chris Gethard here. Welcome to another episode of Beautiful Anonymous. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let's get this out of the way really quick. I've got some live shows coming up, some stand-up shows. Got a big one June 19th in New Jersey. There's only about 50 tickets left for that out of close to 400. I'm hoping my Jersey people show up. That's going to be a really great show. We've got live stream tickets on sale. I once did an episode of my old TV show where we had a celebrity in a dumpster and people had to guess what was in the dumpster. And for some reason, it's become kind of legendary in the world of underground comedy. Doing a reunion show. 10-year anniversary of that, June 11th. You can buy a live stream ticket for that. It's sold out in person in New York, but you can watch that one on the internet. I've also got tickets on sale at the Comedy Studio up in Boston. That's on July 18th. I'll be doing an early show and a late show. And all the way out in October 16th, I'll be in Endicott, New York at Crooked Mouth Brewing. It's part of a comedy festival. So if you're up there, I think that's right outside of Binghamton, if I remember right. It's going to be really fun. So we got some shows on sale. I'm not out here pounding the pavement as hard as I used to be, but if you're in upstate New York or Boston or Jersey, you have some chances to come out, say hi to the guy with the phone call guy. That's me. Anyway, we talk about this a little bit in the call. Actually, the first chunk of the call winds up being more about this than I intended, so I don't want to belabor the point too much, but I just want to say, if you've listened to the show at all, you fully understand that I really do love New Jersey. I love where I'm from. I am proud to represent this place. At times, I feel like I've been a bit of an ambassador for the place. There are dark times happening in New Jersey. The national press is not on it, at least as of this recording. I'm recording this on Friday, May 29th. We are releasing it on Tuesday. I can in full faith say that, I'm getting choked up. I would not be shocked if things have taken a turn for the worse, where by the time you hear this, a tragedy has happened in New Jersey. Things are really bad in Newark, New Jersey. And I was there personally, and I didn't expect it. Word got out, there's a place called Delaney Hall in Newark. To give you a sense of where I'm at on this Friday at 3 p.m., and I'm giving you like an actual timestamp because things are getting so crazy so fast. Basically, last Saturday, a bunch of New Jersey Instagram accounts started spreading word that a number of detainees, there's a detention center in Newark called Delaney Hall. There's about 700 people being held there. Everybody being held there is someone who has been picked up by ICE. And from what I've read and come to understand, most of them are people who were picked up when self-reporting to criminal court proceedings, going to see about visas, about asylum status, trying to do things the right way, getting scooped up. Not drug dealers, not violent criminals, nothing like that. 300 of them went on a hunger strike, mostly because they were getting food that was spoiled and they were not being given access to medical care. In particular, a story went around that a woman had a miscarriage and did not get medical treatment. This broke my heart. Now, Newark is the heart of Essex County, New Jersey. I'm from Essex County. 3 of my grandparents lived in Newark. I feel major connections to that place. And on top of it, not to get bogged down in details, but I am appreciative enough of my grandfather's Northern Irish history that I've read up a lot of it. And hunger strikes were a big part of the Troubles. They were a really huge part of getting attention in Northern Ireland back in the day. So I do feel some bound by honor moments to go support hunger strikers. Went down there on Sunday. It was peaceful. It was sad. There was anger. Felt dystopian, but it was peaceful. And to be clear, this is a facility where ICE detainees were being held, but ICE was not actually stationed there. It's a private prison. It's a for-profit prison, which is its own complete can of worms. But ICE was sent in on Monday, and immediately you started to see these Instagram accounts showing people getting blasted in the face with pepper spray, thrown to the ground, hit with batons. One person who was pushed into the moving wheels of an 18-wheeler got their leg crushed under there. I went back on Sunday, and man, it was a free-for-all. It was lawless, and it was scary. It was scary. There were about 250 protesters, about 75 ICE agents. And I'm telling you from the ground, this is me, Chris, no agenda. Some of you guys have been listening to me for 10 years, and I'm telling you, no embellishment, no hyperbole. I personally was involved. I was there for about an hour, and there were 2 times where ICE agents rushed en masse into protesters and started blasting pepper spray, started throwing people to the ground, got violent. It was so scary. New Jersey is in an unfortunate position where we are kind of at the mercy of New York and Philly's media. There's not a huge amount of New Jersey focused media, so things get swallowed up, and I don't think word is getting out on this. I am really scared that by the time you hear this on Tuesday, it will be national news because something horrible will happen. And I've been trying to, whatever avenues I have, to try to reach out to people who have the ability to affect things in New Jersey. I've been doing my best. The media is not adequate to what's happening. It's really bad. Should have more attention on it. I think if there were more people keeping eyes on it, there would be more potential for it to stop. Look up Delaney Hall on social media. You will see tons of stuff in your algorithm. And I'm asking you to do that just because I think the more we can churn that to the top of the algorithm and try to have it spread beyond that New Jersey people keeping eyes on it. I'm not being hyperbolic when I say I think that more eyes on it might stop somebody from getting killed. And that's where we're at. You're going to hear more about that in the call. Anyway, today's call, inspiring, miraculous. This caller's amazing. You're going to fall in love with her. You're going to fall in love with her instantly. And there's going to be like 4 other times where you fall more deeply in love with her. She's strong as hell. She's cool as hell. She's got great ideas. She also has not had it easy. There are a number of things that I should give trigger warnings about on this, content warnings, but there are enough of them that I'd rather just say, in general, it's not an easy call, and there's talk of a few different situations that might really mess with you if you've been around them. So be ready. That being said, the more details you get on this caller's life, I think the more you're going to sit here and go, some people in this world are just strong and amazing, but also just strikingly regular. I keep finding myself thinking about where this caller works versus some of the aspects of her story that have required just a really pronounced level of resilience and backbone and all those things. You go, right, it could just be that person working in that place that you cross paths with, and you don't even realize what they've done and what they've gone through and how many times they've gotten back up and stayed standing. Such a good reminder that the stories of people are often not told and not written. And it is on all of us to remember that there's people every day who have done things and bounced back from things in a way that's miraculous. This caller's one of those people. It's a tough call in a lot of ways, but I also think you are going to love it. Also, the paywall content is, I think, very good this one, and I cannot wait to hear. There's some communities that I predicted might embrace this caller, and I can't wait to hear from them in the comments. Okay, I'll stop rambling. Sorry about all the political talk. I think you guys can feel I'm not trying to get on a political soapbox. I'm just trying to tell you about something that straight up happened to me. Keep eyes on New Jersey, everybody. We really need it right now.
Thank you for calling Beautiful Anonymous. A beeping noise will indicate when you are on the show with the host.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm like ultimately okay, but I'm in a very strange headspace today.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I know people.
It's time to be alive.
Oh, it is. And I know that there are some people who would prefer I never go political on the show, but I'm not trying to go political when I say last night I attended what I thought was a peaceful protest, and I am not exaggerating at all when I say that I, Chris Gethard, the host of Beautiful Anonymous, wound up in 2 different incidents where ICE agents were charging a crowd of people I was in, throwing people to the ground, and it was crazy. It was crazy. And
That's so
I've got
scary.
very little sleep, and yeah, it was, I think, legitimately, if not the scariest situation I've ever been in. Certainly one of them.
I've obviously never
It was
experienced anything like that. Well, I guess a lot of people have, but I was at some George Floyd protest in Orlando back when that was all happening, and it wasn't even that intense, and it was a lot. It's a lot to experience.
Yeah. This is a situation where there's some detainees hunger striking at a facility in New Jersey where they're being held. So I went down there on Sunday, and the protest was so peaceful. It was sad and it was intense, but there's people showing up to kind of make noise and say, hey, people are hearing about this. We're out here. And then the detainees were inside flashing lights. The windows in these rooms, you couldn't see through them. They were very thick glass, but you could see their silhouettes, and they were flashing the lights. And it was really sad, but kind of beautiful to be like, we're going to make noise. So they know that word is spreading on the fact they're hunger striking for access to food and medicine, basically. And it was like we were connecting with them, they were connecting with us, and it was sad. And then this was a facility, it's run by a private company. ICE is not stationed there. So they sent ICE in purely just to have a presence at these protests. And it's not getting much mainstream news coverage, but if you start searching for it, you'll see like there have been violent outbursts every night since Monday. And I went by last night on my way home. I was doing comedy shows in New York, and on my way home, I'm going to go back there and support. And it was so different. The tone on Sunday was like solemn, angry, respectful, and sad. Last night, even before I got to it, I realized, I'm walking into something that very, very, without exaggeration, feels like a war zone. I mean, there were tents set up with medics scrubbing pepper spray out of people's eyes as I was walking up. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then there's a big tent of supplies, and I grabbed a mask and some goggles, and I went in, and it was about 250 protesters, and between, I would say, probably like 70 or 80 ICE agents, masked, full gear, guns, batons, pepper spray, streets of New Jersey, half hour from my front door, probably about 15 minutes from where I grew up. It was really sad, really scary, really intense. And I did not go to cause any trouble, and saw a lot of trouble. And I wish there were more people keeping their eyes on New Jersey right now. But I won't make it about me. I won't make it about me.
No,
How are you?
That's so much. That's wild. I oddly, my experience with the protest was kind of similar. I went one night before, and it was very, almost beautiful. Like you said, it was just a moment it felt like we were all having. And then the next night, there was a large police presence, and it just felt completely different. But I did learn that the fellow protesters were some of the most amazing people I've ever had the privilege of being around. Like, they were so kind to each other. There were people with who knows how much money's worth of water bottles and snacks and earplugs and all of that they were handing out. And I'm from a really small town. Like, while I was on hold, I was looking up the population so I could be correct. And the town that I'm from and where I graduated from has just over 1,000 people.
I love that. How large was your graduating class? Were there like 50 kids?
We were 72, I think, and we were the biggest they'd ever had.
That's awesome. I'm going to say something, and I'm sure you're. Well, I'm also going to say something that I'm sure makes you roll your eyes, especially when people from up north say it. But I have to say, I had a hard night and a long night and then didn't get much sleep. And can I just say, your accent is bringing me a level of just joy and peace. And I'm sure you get tired of Northerners pointing out your accent when to you it's just your voice. But to me, it's bringing me very deep comfort right now, and I thank you for that.
Well, thank you. I usually get not so nice things about my accent, but
that's silly.
I appreciate the nice things. But I looked at my town is super small, and then the county where I'm from is only 16,000 people.
In the county?
In the county.
Now, I grew up in a town that's not even close. I mean, it's a suburb. When I grew up in West Orange, New Jersey, there were about 40,000 people in my town.
Not even in my county.
So this is real small town Southern living.
Oh, yes. Yes. Like when I grew up, there was one street in my town where my great-grandparents lived, my grandparents, my dad, my uncle, and my aunt, all on the same street.
Now, I tell you, I still had that. I lived across the street from my dad's parents. His sister lived around the corner. My mom's parents lived 3 blocks away. My Aunt Rose was also in the neighborhood. So I still had that a little bit, but it wasn't all on the same street.
I love being close, but it was also like you couldn't do anything without everyone knowing everything. But that was with the whole town.
Are you still there?
I've moved around a bit. I lived in Florida for a little while, and then I moved to I almost said the town, to this town, which is a little bit bigger. It has 30,000 people.
So that's like big living to you.
Oh yeah, this is like a city. We have things that we can get delivered here.
Wait, they don't deliver things in your old town? Like they don't even.
No,
you can't even get Amazon out there?
I don't think you can get Amazon, but not 2-day. 2-day delivery does not exist.
What kind of backwards world are you describing where you can't have any good on earth delivered to you in less than 2 days?
Right? It's wild. I can remember when we got our first stoplight, and I'm not very old. I mean, I'm in my 30s. It's an interesting place. And they give us driver's license and just let us drive everywhere.
Did everybody gather around the stoplight to check it out once it was installed? Was it like a big event in town?
No one liked it.
I bet they didn't. You don't tell people they got to stop. Spend your whole life
how
not
dare
stopping.
you?
Now you got to stop. Yeah.
It was
That's
wild.
not good.
But
That's
now
not
I'm in
good.
a much bigger city.
Mm-hmm.
But so I think what I got off track when I was saying, like, I'm from a very small place. So when I went to the protest in Orlando alone, I was expecting to be terrified because there was probably more people there than in my whole county or like town at least.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the people around were just so kind. I was blown away by how nice they were. It was heartwarming to see the good of humanity, even in such a bad situation.
I was really struck at the bravery of people I witnessed. I mean, there were people standing linked up, arm to arm, standing 10 feet away from people who were, throughout the night, pepper spraying them, charging at them, and they just peacefully stood there with their arms linked. It was very inspiring. I did also see some people actively trying to foment chaos in a way that to me felt, it was, and I get it, but it was a little heartbreaking to realize, I came here on Sunday and it was very, very clearly about supporting the people on hunger strike. They want access to medicine. They want access to food. And then by Thursday, things had just become about this anger, just this visceral anger. And it was, it's very hard to realize, the violence is increasing and the cause is getting, like the point we're trying to make is getting hazier.
Right. Yeah,
it's a really
people are not going to see
combination to realize.
The real reason why we're there anymore. It's all about these people causing chaos.
Yeah, and it's, just being on my side of the fence, hard to understand why you would say, this is not a place where ICE was stationed. They were sent here to be a part of this after it started. So you go, it's hard not to feel like their presence is creating and continuing violence that did not exist on Sunday. I was there personally. I can vouch for it. Not making any excuses to write a dialogue for anybody's story. It's sad.
For what it's worth, if it makes you feel better, there's been a couple protests in my area, in my tiny town, and the little blue dots have shown up in really good numbers. So if that makes you feel just a little bit of good.
It does, but it's funny because I'm a political person. I have my beliefs. Everybody knows that. But even just today, I had somebody on Instagram telling me, you need to get more political on Beautiful Anonymous every single time. Don't apologize if people get mad. I go, no, because I don't presume that everybody lives exactly how I do. I don't presume that other parts of the world have the same priorities that my part of the world has. I respect differences. Do I think there needs to be baseline standards of how people get treated? Absolutely. Do I think that we need to do a better job of raising those standards and meeting them and putting our money where our mouth is? Absolutely. But do I presume that somebody who lives thousands of miles away needs to live exactly like I do to the point where it needs to be a defining aspect of everything I ever do or say? No, I don't think that's realistic. I don't think that's how you treat people. I don't think that's how you gain any understanding or offer any understanding to people. So it's not something that I particularly believe in, but I do set a pretty high ethical bar for myself. And I do have very strong beliefs that the world should be better than it is. I want to go out and do whatever I can, but it's funny. Like I'm not somebody who looks at a red state and goes, well, I wish there was more of a blue dot. I go, I guess those people have very, very different priorities than me. And I hope that we can have a bar where everyone understands human rights and
I miss the days when it was just like differences in taxes and, what politics should be about, not basic human rights and decency. You know,
I just think every person on earth has a right to dignity.
yeah,
And we are losing sight of that. And I think that
it's
there's a
terrifying.
real wide scope where people should be allowed to have a basic level of dignity. That should be a reasonable expectation.
And it shouldn't be
we
asking
don't.
for too much to just exist.
But I don't know. You can hear the exhaustion and the exasperation.
sorry.
I don't want to dominate. No, it's okay. I'm dominating this conversation. This is not my time. This is your time. Let's make sure. What was your pitch? I want to make sure we talk about, because it'll also be a great distraction for me. Yes. What did you tell Andrea? Not your pitch, but what got you on the line here today? What cracked through Andrea's? Oh, you work at a laundromat. I love that. Andrea's icy cold exterior.
Very small town, but my dream is to open a harm reduction center, and I've got the idea to like have them join together. Like I want to have a laundromat that is also a harm reduction center, so it can have two services.
Incredible.
And then I can use the money from the laundromat to fund my other things. And the reason why I want to do this is I lost both of my parents to addiction when I was younger.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I lost my mom when I was about 16, or my dad when I was 16, and my mom when I was 23. So
that's
it's
very
really
sad.
close to
I'm sorry.
my heart. Thank you. And it's just really important to me because I've known so many people who are addicts. And I tell people all the time, I've never met one that's just having a great time. They're struggling. And I feel like if I could make a place where I could meet people where they are, that we could at least make sure they're using safely. I wish I could do it.
I have a friend, he's actually a guy who used to be on my TV show, my friend Murph, who is a really big champion of harm reduction as a movement. So I know a little bit about it. And my understanding is that there's kind of two big aspects to this, which is one, and correct me if I'm wrong, harm reduction is the idea that on a basic level, we demonize drug abusers. We make them feel like second-class citizens, and therefore a lot of drug usage exists in the shadows. It's associated with shame, so it's something that happens secret. Whereas if there were places where people could go for things such as being able to make sure you have clean needles so that if you are addicted to an intravenous drug that you don't
infect yourself,
catch and or spread HIV. Exactly.
Yeah.
Going someplace that keeps Narcan on hand so that if you do overdose, that there is the presence of a drug that can save you and people trained in its usage. These are judgment-free zones that I think part of the goal is we're actually not going to preach to people and try to get them into rehabs here. It really will be a roof over their heads and a safe place to do what they're going to do to, like it says, reduce the harm of it, not eliminate the harm of it, reduce the harm of it. And I think there's so much good in that. And I think there's so much that's beautiful about it. And I really believe in it. And I also am under the impression that so many people theoretically believe in it until the second someone tries to set up a harm reduction center in their neighborhood, at which point they go, but not fucking here. I love the idea of this, just not down the block from me. I don't want the laundromat in my community. I don't want to be doing my laundry and knowing that over in that one corner, there's people doing heroin. No fucking thanks. And the judgment comes right back into it. And that's kind of the biggest uphill climb of this as a movement, is my understanding.
Yes, and I am deep in the Bible Belt. Mm-hmm. And so that does not help matters. And
I bet it does not.
There are a lot of rehabilitation type places in this area, a lot, but they're all affiliated with the church in some way. And it's more, I feel like people, like they're not, it's turning people away. There are people who don't want to do that. Like, I'm not a religious person myself. I wouldn't want to go to a place like that where I have to go to church and I have to act like that when that's not what I want to do. So I feel like there's such a population of people that we're missing in this area. And it's really to the point where you would be hard pressed to find someone that hasn't lost someone to addiction, that doesn't know an addict, whose parents weren't, it's that bad around here.
Yeah. It's the way it has swept through the whole country is shocking. And then I do feel like in small towns, and you hear a lot of Appalachian towns, a lot of southern towns. Oh no, hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hi.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I lost you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
There we are.
I can hear you.
I was just going to say, you all of us who have heard so much about the opioid epidemic, which was really big news for a really long time, it feels like it has cooled down as far as being a talking point, but I think everybody heard that it ravaged a lot of towns in Appalachia and a lot of towns in the Deep South.
Mm-hmm. And it still is so much.
Yeah.
And it all just goes along with the lack of all the other access to things they have here, like dental care. It's a joke to everyone that Southern people don't have all their teeth, But I've seen so many people whose lives have just been ruined because they don't have access to dental care. They get a tooth that hurts and they get on pain pills and then they just lose their life to an addiction that they never wanted to do in the first place, if that makes sense. Or like these people with these back-breaking jobs and they can't go to the doctor, or, they can't take time off to let their back heal. So they go to the doctor and they just get pain pills. That's just the area that I'm in.
It's as simple as that. And like you said, it's not a joke. Hearing it put as simply as that, of like someone who doesn't have access to a dentist, but if you get an abscess that's causing you immense amount of physical pain, that there's easier access to heroin than dentistry, and people just want the pain to go away, and that's how it starts. And that's when you sit here and go, oh, there's something actually wrong with the infrastructure of how we are doing things as a society.
Oh yeah, we just set people up for failure. Because I can understand why someone would want to escape their reality when that is their reality, if that makes sense.
It does.
Like, it's hard.
It is so sad for me to think of the fact that you've had to have this conversation with yourself twice because of your parents' addictions. It's really sad. I hope you have
I'm very lucky
a safety
that
net of
I
people
do
who
not,
look out for you. Yeah.
Like, I don't have any addiction problems, and that's just, I think, pure luck, really. But I actually, I have a lot of good friends who take care of me.
That's good.
But
that's good.
I don't have much of a family. I have a little family of my own.
Oh, that's nice. What are we talking? Who are we talking?
I have 4 kids.
Oh, that's not a little family. You got a big family. Let's pause there. Again, I don't know. We're trying so hard to not make it like Southern cliches, but 4 kids, little family, that not up north. Anyway, we'll be right back. Sleeping hot. We are at that time of year where you're sleeping hot, and that is a miserable experience. You got sweat rolling down your body. You've messed with the thermostat. You've blamed the mattress itself. You have gotten in a fight with the person sleeping next to you, but you know in your heart it's none of that. It's your bedding. Wrong sheets, trap heat. Boll and Branch is the cool side of the pillow, but everywhere. Boll and Branch's summer bedding options are breathable, lightweight, and designed to keep you cool all night long. Their sheets are 100% organic cotton, woven specifically for airflow, not just softness. And unlike synthetic cooling technology or chemically treated fabrics, the cooling's structural. It's literally how the cotton is woven. And 94% of Boll & Branch customers say their sheets get softer with every wash. I've got Boll & Branch sheets. They're incredible. I've also got that waffle blanket, and it's no joke. And we're at the time of the year where I actually don't totally understand the construction of this thing because it is my winter blanket and it absolutely gets me through a New Jersey winter. And it is my summer blanket where I feel like, oh, it's keeping me just warm enough while also breathing and I'm not feeling oppressed as things are hitting the 70 and 80 degree mark. It is truly well made. I use Boll & Branch. I'm never going to go back to other types of bedding because they're crushing it so hard. Sleep cooler this summer with Boll & Branch. Get 15% off your first order plus free shipping at bollandbranch.com/beautiful with code BEAUTIFUL. That's Boll & Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/beautiful. Code is BEAUTIFUL to unlock 15% off. bollandbranch.com/beautiful. Code BEAUTIFUL. Exclusions apply. This episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack, hydration, and coffee sponsor. IQ Bar protein bars, IQ Mix hydration mixes, IQ Joe mushroom coffees. These are the delicious low-sugar brain and body fuel you need to win your day. The Ultimate Sampler Pack is a great way to try all IQ Bar products and flavors. You get 9 IQ Bars, 8 IQ Mix sticks, and 4 IQ Joe sticks. All IQ Bar products are clean label certified and entirely free from gluten, dairy, soy, GMOs, artificial ingredients. All IQ Bar products are packed with clean, delicious ingredients that keep you physically and mentally fit, like magnesium, lion's mane, and more. With over 20,000 five-star reviews and counting, more people than ever are fueling their busy lifestyles with IQ Bar's brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees. Their Ultimate Sampler Pack includes all 3. I have had IQ Bars for breakfast for the past 9 days in a row. I grab an IQ Bar, start my day out right. I know I've got fuel in there. It's healthy. It's clean. I'm not going to be bogged down by all that artificial nonsense. Kicking it off right. When I tell you that my wife consistently asks me to keep ordering her more of the IQ Joe, I very legitimately think you're not going to find a bigger fan of the IQ Joe coffee sticks than my wife, Hallie, and that's no joke. If she was here at my office, she'd get on this mic and talk for 20 minutes about all the reasons she loves IQ Joe. And especially with summer coming, you're going to want to have some IQ Mix in the house because it's just the best electrolyte drink you're going to get. That hydration is no joke. Their flavors are on point. And right now, IQ Bar is offering our special podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products, including the Ultimate Sampler Pack, plus free shipping. To get your 20% off, text BEAUTIFUL to 64,000. Text BEAUTIFUL to 64000. That's BEAUTIFUL to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details. I have changed my dressing habits in the past few months, and I'm feeling great. And a huge, huge part of it has been Quince. Quince makes really great stuff. And really, as I've learned more and more about fashion, I realize they're doing some innovative things as well. It's really awesome. I also now am dealing with summer. I started changing my whole fall wardrobe, and just as I started feeling like I was hitting my stride, here comes summer. That changes how you get dressed. Right now, I'm wearing a Quince hat. I'm wearing Quince linen shorts. You need things that are lighter, that are more breathable, that are easy, but that are still put together, and Quince is stepping up to the game. Quince's European linen pants, I own those. Their shirts, I own 2 of their linen shirts. These are the perfect warm weather upgrade to add to your rotation. They start at just $34. Their tees are soft and easy to wear. I know that because I have 6 tank tops from Quince. Their lightweight cotton sweaters are perfect for cooler summer nights. I know that because I just bought a cashmere cardigan from Quince. I'm all in on Quince, as you guys can see. This is not a joke. Everything at Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands because they work directly with ethical factories. They cut out the middlemen. You're just paying for the quality, not the brand markup. Quince goes way beyond clothing. Custom upholstered sofas, ceramic cookware, premium bedding. It's the kind of brand you end up recommending to everyone for everything. It is true. Just off the top of my head, I've got 2 hats from Quince, 2 corduroy jackets, linen suit jacket, linen pants, linen shorts, 2 linen shirts, 6 tank tops. That's just the stuff I'm remembering right now. My whole fashion makeover. And I just want to also be very clear. Quince has been advertising for years. And you might think, oh, well, they're just giving you tons of free stuff. No, they gave me like one free thing back in the day. I got those 2 sweaters for free way back in the day. All the rest of the stuff is me opting in, buying from Quince because they make great stuff at a great price, allows you to fill out your wardrobe without breaking the bank. It's really, really awesome. Also got a trench coat from Quince, and every time I wear it, people are like, yo, you look spiffy. I get the word spiffy so much when I wear Quince stuff, and I wear that as a point of pride. Elevate your summer wardrobe. Go to quince.com/beautiful for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/beautiful. Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/beautiful. Thank you so much to our advertisers. Now let's get back to the phone call. What are we talking? Who are we talking?
I have 4 kids.
That's not a little family. You got a big family.
Yeah.
You don't have a little family of your own. You have a gigantic family.
They feel like a gigantic family sometimes, but I have a 13-year-old, 2 11-year-olds, and my youngest is about to be 7, and he has cerebral palsy.
Oh, wow.
I feel like I've had a very interesting take on motherhood. It's like I had the single birth, and then the twin birth, and then the complicated birth. So,
life has handed you a lot.
Yeah,
life has
a lot of
handed you
experiences.
a heck of a lot. Yeah, and you're only in your 30s. This is a lot of life experience.
Yeah, hopefully it's going to get better. I'm going to experience some good things on the downhill.
I hope so. You deserve it.
I hope so too. My kids are pretty great though, so I'm sure they make everything better.
There's so much to talk about.
Daughter, right whenever my mother passed away, I found out I was pregnant like the next month.
Well, is it okay if I ask you something about your mother's passing?
Yes.
It's a really hard question, but very interested. And it also, if you're like, you know what, it was just too brutal, I can't even get into it, that's a totally fair answer. But I think for a lot of people, when they think of losing a family member to addiction, I think some people probably think that there's a romantic notion of, oh, well, everyone in their sphere of influence, if there's any silver lining, is that everyone around them learned a lesson about the dangers of addiction, and it probably is a teaching moment that teaches other people why to avoid it. So to hear that it happened again less than a decade later is, I don't even know if there's a word. Heartbreaking doesn't even sum it up. And I'm sure you've had that conversation with yourself. And I'm sure that when you saw your other parent succumbing to the same thing that took your first parent, that it must have felt so scary and hopeless. And I'm so sad that you went through that.
I remember being really mad.
I'm sure.
And, we had lots of talks about it, but the story of my mom's passing is actually kind of wild. She passed away on her wedding night, what was to be her wedding night. She had got married that day to her, I guess it would be my stepdad. I was her maid of honor that day, so we spent all day together. And I think what happened was one of her friends wanted to help her celebrate and gave her some drugs of some kind. And this was before everyone had Narcan, and she had gotten fentanyl. And that's what happened. So
that's one of the saddest stories I've ever heard, actually.
I'm sorry.
It really is. No, you don't have to apologize. I'm sorry. You lived it. That is wild. That is shocking. That is shocking and so sad.
Yeah. So, addiction is a lot of terrible things, but it's also dying because you took a present from your friend who just wanted you to have a good time. That's that lifestyle. It's sad. It really is sad. It makes me more sad for them, really, because that's what they had to live, like that. They had to live that life. And they were dealt that for some reason. But I don't know. It's sad for me too, I guess.
It's really brutal. I'm so sorry.
But things do get
No.
better. My kids are great.
That's awesome. That's
I've
good
had
to
good
hear.
things happen.
And I also want to hear about this laundromat. So you work at the laundromat or you own the laundromat?
I work there. I wish I owned it. I just work there part-time. And
So as
I have
a
some of the
part-time
best
worker at a laundromat,
conversations.
I need to hear them all. But I also, as a part-time worker, how have you developed this scheme to convert at least a portion of it into a harm reduction center?
I'm not sure.
That's a big
I'm
swing for
working.
somebody who doesn't even own the place.
I know. I want to buy my own, but because I really want to make one in my hometown, but that's maybe too ambitious. I don't know. I just feel like I could get enough people behind me and we could do it together. You know, I feel like I can do it. I don't know how. I just think it'll happen. I mean, I am working towards it. I'm trying to save as much as I can, but mostly just hoping I find an opportunity that works. I do kind of believe that if you put good out in there, that good things will come to you. And man, I'm really trying.
I was just going to say, speak it into existence.
Yes.
Crazier things have happened.
Yes, exactly. People do really crazy things. And if the last however many years have taught us anything, it's that the qualifications really don't matter. You can really do whatever you want.
That turns out to be true, it seems. Now, what's your vision? Because everybody in their mind right now knows what a laundromat looks like. Obviously, there's varying different sizes and layouts, but everyone listening has a basic image of a laundromat in their mind. There's a drop-off counter. There's rows of dryers. There's rows of washers. There's the metal racks to unload your stuff in and push them around on the wheels. Maybe there's a couple video games or snack vending machines, right? There's maybe a couple chairs to sit in that you can check on your phone while you're waiting for your drying to wrap up. Everybody knows what a laundromat looks like. So in your mind, why is a laundromat a perfect place to double up as a harm reduction center? How does that breakdown happen? How do you shift things around?
So many people have to be there. They go there all the time. It's just the different people that I've met while I've been working there just makes me think that it would, one, be a good place to get help to people who need it. And two, there's enough affluent people that come in who I think would want to be helpful, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I think that it's a good mixture of people who need help and people who are inclined to help. Mm-hmm. And so in my idea, you have like the normal laundromat things, and then off to another room, maybe like some computers where people can sign up for healthcare or, you know, check their email if they don't have one at home. Because there's so many more barriers to people than just one thing, you know. Everyone wants our unhoused friends to get a job. Well, they're not going to be able to get a job without a resume or to apply online or without clean clothes. You know, when we can have people donate to help with the keeping laundry done. And I would also like access to like fentanyl test strips, Narcan, how to use those things, you know, all of the first aid stuff that you could need. And maybe even like a shower somewhere so that people could use a shower, because everyone feels better after a shower. Mm-hmm. So that would be my dream. And maybe like have someone who works there, or like if we could get a social worker to volunteer and come up there one day a month and help people fill out forms or interpret their mail for them. Not much as like language interpretation, but like legal interpretation or healthcare mumbo jumbo.
Looking at forms that are built to be confusing and demystifying them for people. I love it.
And I just think there's so much help out there that people just don't know exists. And there's so many people that are good people that want to help. I see them all the time. I just need to get them all in one room.
You're going to do it. What an amazing thing you just said. Get all those people who want to help in one room. And if that room happens to be a place with 30 dryers set on a tumble dry setting, then God damn it, that's good enough. And I mean that. This idea that what I really love about what you just described is the thing I have seen from time to time, which is maybe some places would be really served to have a community center or an outright harm reduction center. But getting someone to walk through the doors of a community center when they feel like maybe they're going to be preached to or talked down to, or, told that it's a judgment-free place, and then realizing, oh, actually people do have agendas here. That is a hard ask. And some of that's people's paranoia. Some of that's people's real experience. But to say maybe the places where people already are gathering can de facto just be the community center, i.e., it's a laundromat. People are already passing through here. And then if the fact that there are services available to help them winds up helping them, sometimes you got to come in because you just need to do your laundry.
Yeah. And you have 30 minutes to spare anyway, so why not look through some pamphlets or whatever?
And maybe that's where someone helps you actually figure out your Medicaid and sort out all that paperwork so that you can go to the dentist and not have to worry as much.
Yes, I was just talking to a woman who lost her Social Security because she was trying to DoorDash to make extra money. And, with Social Security, you can only have like $2,000 in your account. And then once you get more than that, you don't get any more help. But I was trying to tell her about these other accounts that you can use that doesn't count against your limit for Social Security, which I only know this because my son is disabled. There's no reason for her to know this. No one's told her, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just want to be a bridge to help people. I think that's what I want to do.
Beautiful. That is a beautiful, beautiful statement you just said.
Thank you.
It's another thing too that comes to mind, which is I think there's, and I don't want to, again, we were political at the beginning, and I thank you for letting me vent a little bit. I had a hard night, but one thing that's coming to mind for me is there's such a school of thought, I think especially on the coasts and in liberal cities of, man, there's all these people in small southern towns and they vote against their own self-interests. They're voting against universal health care. They're voting for the party that wants to strip down Social Security. Why are they voting against their own interests? But there's also something to be said, and I'm hearing it in some of what you're telling me right now, of building a system that feels impenetrable and confusing does not help small town people.
So many of them just do not know. They truly just do not know.
And if you sit down and try to do it and it doesn't work, you've wasted time. You might feel stupid. You might feel judged. You might feel like you were better off from the start, just trying to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and doing it yourself. And I'm not saying that's right, but I do think there's something to be said for when you describe to me living in a county that has 16,000 people in the county and people who are trying to do something honest and doing DoorDash to try to supplement their income, not understanding that if you hit a certain point of earnings with that it's actually going to screw over your ability to get the help that you've been relying on from the government. You hear enough stories like that, and I get why people throw their hands up and go, just fucking leave us alone then. I get it. I wish it wasn't the case, and I don't think it's right, and I think it's easily exploited.
Mm-hmm.
But
and
I do
think a lot of people just write them off because a lot of them are loud and will say not nice things. But when you actually sit and talk with someone and tell them like, oh no, that's actually not what this bill means at all. That's not going to affect you in this way at all. They will listen to you. I don't know if it's just, it takes time and repetition to be warm and inviting to people. And we just don't give them that. But because they are scary, I understand. It is frightening to go against a lot of people, especially in the South. I actually ended up once with this lady who, this is so funny. She was a Civil War reenactor, and she didn't like me. And so she got all of her friends to try to dox me on the internet. And she was like in her 70s.
What? What are you even talking about?
Those are the groups of people that you get against you in small towns, little groups of Civil War reenactors.
Why did this little old Civil War reenactor not like you to the point that she went on a revenge mission?
Well, she also worked at a state park in town and was very, very racist online. And I, being the liberal girl that I was, sent a letter to her boss. And her boss handed her that letter, and she still harasses me to this day about it.
So when she's a Civil War reenactor, I have a feeling I know what side she's dressing up as.
Yes. She does not like.
So is she a Civil War reenactor, or more? Is she? Oh, jeez. Is she a Civil War reenactor, or more of somebody who really wants to rewind the clock back to the Civil War itself, and maybe even the years preceding it?
Yes, that's it. You've got a perfect idea in your head, I believe, of what this lady is.
I bet there is I bet we're going to hear. I bet there are members of Civil War reenactment communities who listen to this show who are going to jump in and go, no, they're not going to be mad. There's going to be a whole people that go, oh, there is a running and troubling undercurrent of Civil War reenactors who are in it for the very wrong reasons, and it's weird and doesn't get enough mainstream coverage. And I am certain we are about to find out about the people who are quote unquote reenactors who are just using it as an excuse to live by the values of the 1840s Deep South.
Why did I
certain that exists? It's okay. She's not listening to this show.
No.
The woman you just described, not a Beautiful Anonymous fan.
No.
Believe me. And if she did by some miracle tune in, the second I said that I was in a scrum with ICE, she was out. She turned it off at that point.
She's already turned this off.
Yeah, she already hates me. It's okay.
I totally forgot about that little piece of lore about myself.
Are the people in your... I mean, you live in a tiny place. Everybody knows everybody's business. Mm-hmm. Everybody must know that your parents passed. They probably know the cause of your parents passing.
Oh yeah.
People must understand that you're a person who feels driven to try to do some good and connect people. And you said, I just want to be a bridge between people and help, something along those lines. I go, what a beautiful sentiment. So people must be aware of that about you, right?
I don't know. I get a lot of people thinking I just have a lot of magical thinking, if that makes sense. You know, I've got my head in the clouds, just talking about stuff that could never really happen.
So people roll their eyes a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Or I get the oh, well, I can see why you feel that way. She's just sad. Something like that. I'm a sympathizer. They think that I don't understand how things work. I get that a lot. Which is weird to me because I've kind of been an adult my whole life. So I do have
sounds like you have to grow up very fast.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Which I think now I kind of make my kids grow up really slow. So I homeschool my kids. And so they are definitely still, yes. Well, my youngest goes to a special school so he can get therapy. But the three olders, I do. And they're just kids. And I love that for them. They're not concerned with stuff other kids their age are. They're just kids. They like to color and play. And I don't feel like it's in a stunted, weird way. It's just such an innocent way.
How do you're working part-time in a laundromat. You're homeschooling 3 kids. You've got these big goals to try to help your community. How are you finding the time for all this? We're going to pause there. We've got advertisers. They help the show exist. Be right back.
This is Radhi Devlukia from A Really Good Cry. A lot of wellness routines start with motivation and end somewhere between week 2 and a half-use supplement drawer. Grunes was created to make daily nutrition simpler. Instead of pills or chalky green drinks, Grunes packs over 20 essential vitamins and minerals, greens and prebiotics into a snack pack of delicious gummies. It feels approachable and not demanding. The convenient, comprehensive formula supports gut health, beauty, energy, immunity, recovery, and cognition in one daily habit. Grunes contains 6 grams of fiber, which is more than 2 cups of broccoli, and the ingredients in Grunes are backed by 35,000 research publications, which is part of what makes the formula so intentional. Grunes is vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free, and made without artificial colors or flavors. Plus, it's methylated, so key nutrients like B12 and folate are in forms your body can actually use. It's comprehensive nutrition designed for routines you can actually stick with. Get up to 52% off with code CRY at grunes.co. That's code CRY at gruns.co. This is Radhi Devlukia from A Really Good Cry. A lot of wellness routines start with motivation and end somewhere between week 2 and a half-use supplement drawer. Grunes was created to make daily nutrition simpler. Instead of pills or chalky green drinks, Grunes packs over 20 essential vitamins and minerals, greens and prebiotics into a snack pack of delicious gummies. It feels approachable and not demanding. The convenient, comprehensive formula supports gut health, beauty, energy, immunity, recovery, and cognition in one daily habit. Grunes contains 6 grams of fiber, which is more than 2 cups of broccoli, and the ingredients in Grunes are backed by 35,000 research publications, which is part of what makes the formula so intentional. Grunes is vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free, and made without artificial colors or flavors. Plus, it's methylated, so key nutrients like B12 and folate are in forms your body can actually use. It's comprehensive nutrition designed for routines you can actually stick with. Get up to 52% off with code CRY at gruns.co. That's code CRY at gruns.co.
Thank you to everybody who sponsors Beautiful Anonymous. Now let's finish the phone call. You're working part-time in a laundromat. You're homeschooling 3 kids. You've got these big goals to try to help your community. How are you finding the time for all this?
I just do stuff all the time. I don't. I was going to say I don't sleep very much, but I do sleep a lot. I don't know.
And
I just make time for it.
Are you married? Are you with a partner? Are you?
I'm separated right now, which is a whole story.
So you're doing it. You're doing a single mom. You got no parental support.
Yeah.
You are currently in the role of single mom.
Yeah.
Paying all the bills, working part-time in the laundromat, and homeschooling 3 of your 4 kids?
I have to give my friends credit. I was in a domestic violence situation about a year ago, or a couple years ago, and a year ago I moved out, and my friends funded an apartment for me. So I only have to pay like my electric right now. But I have amazing friends who furnished and paid a lease for me. So that was very kind. I have friends who will go the extra mile for me. I do not have family that will, but I have friends who will go above and beyond.
Well, thank God for that.
Yeah. And I hope one day they'll be proud.
What was that?
I hope one day they're going to be proud. Like,
I am sure they already are. I am sure they are proud of you.
I hope. Sorry. I said I was not going to cry. It's okay.
I think it's totally okay. It's fine. There is no shame in crying at all. It is a show where you remain anonymous. My guess is that there are many situations in life where it would have been valid for you to cry, but you had to be strong. And if we can spend a few minutes where you can let your guard down and not need to be the strong one for everybody else for once, I actually think that that's probably a pretty healthy thing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I have another wild, crazy story I could tell you about a therapist.
I got a few of those myself.
During this same domestic violence issue in situation, which she was aware of, and she was trying to help me supposedly leave. And I would tell her where my ex and his friends would go out every weekend, right? She just suddenly started going there every weekend. And whenever I confronted her about it, because I had saw someone say something online, she told me that, yeah, she was just going to go hang out with them to, quote, get the tea for me.
Your therapist was hanging out with your abusive ex?
And all of his friends, yes. He stopped going there because it made him uncomfortable. But to my knowledge, she still hangs out with these people. The ones who bailed him out of jail and she talked terribly about. Yeah. Isn't that wild? That's like some TV stuff.
It is. And I'm not trying to be a hero of any sort. There have been a handful of times on this show where I found myself getting actually mad. And this is one of them.
And like, I'm not sure what to even do about it because, again, small Bible Belt town, everyone knows everyone. So everyone thinks she's amazing.
It's
I think boss is her husband.
What was that about her husband?
I think her boss is her husband. So it's not like she would get in trouble.
You have been handed so many relationships that should be your safety net that turn out to be situations where you have had to be so unnecessarily strong and put up with so much. And I can tell that you're strong and you're someone who doesn't want to dwell on negative stuff, and you've got kids to take care of and you've got friends who help take care of you. But God fucking damn it, have many people let you down? Yeah. And I hope that me saying that doesn't just underline the pain of it, but lets you know I hear it. I feel it. I am certain so many of our listeners do too. For you to lose both of your parents and wind up with a man who would be abusive in any way, I don't know if he's putting hands on you. Right there, you sit there, you go, motherfucker, she's been through enough. Be a fucking grown up. Figure out how to control your fucking actions and emotions. And then to have a professional who's supposed to help you navigate all these issues, who just violates some of the most basic ethics that go into that type of medicine, unforgivable.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Unforgivable.
I think I needed to hear a lot of that, though. Thank you. It's different coming from someone who doesn't know.
It's just the basic facts. It's just the basic facts. You know. And you sit, I don't even know who to be most angry at, because your ex-partner, whatever his deal was.
Yeah, we're kind of trying to work things out again, but I'm very skeptical of
I hope he gets his fucking shit. I won't talk too much shit because I don't know all the facts, but I hope it has been made clear you are someone who lost both your parents. You need a partner who can keep his fucking shit in check. And that needs to be said very bluntly and understood very bluntly.
Yeah. I think I know what I need to do. I'm just afraid to do it. I don't want to be alone. It's scary.
I get it.
And I also want better for my kids. I want them to know that it's unacceptable for someone to put their hands on you.
I know being alone is so daunting. Being alone with 4 kids, even more so. Being alone with 4 kids and one of them has special needs. It's an unimaginable amount of pressure, but you got to understand how strong you are. You got to understand that I've been listening to you now for almost a full hour, and you are very gentle, and you are, like I said right away, your accent brought me a sense of peace and comfort. Like, that's your vibe. But it does not take too much talking to realize that you are a strong fucking person, and I hope you have faith in that, and I hope you sense that strength.
I appreciate that, and I'm just gonna record you saying that and just play it to myself whenever I don't. I'm like, if a stranger can think this of me, then it must be true.
It is not just me. I promise you that. Everyone listening understands that you are a remarkable person. You've been through a lot. Life handed you some of it. Other people let you down at some points along the way. You're still standing. And not only that, you spend all this time thinking about how to help other people. That's really, really remarkable. Most people break where you have only been bent.
I don't know. I just feel like I'm just trying. Like I said, I just have a feeling it's gonna all work out. Like, it's gonna be okay. Even though it sucked a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it's gotta be for some reason. I hope.
I do too.
Hopefully it's gonna be like super amazing at the end.
And I don't want to meddle in your relationship. You said you're thinking about maybe working it out. Then you also said, I kind of know what I need to do. I don't want to be alone. I also don't want my kids to think that any of what they've been around is okay. So I see the struggle. I am not someone equipped to step in based on who I am, let alone the fact that you and I don't really know each other. But I will say this is, I can imagine that there might be a part of you that thinks, because of your life circumstances, that reconciling with this particular guy is your only chance to not be alone. And I don't know the details of what happened between you and him, but I also have to imagine that there's probably a lot of times where there's some panic because you've got 4 kids and you've got a youngest kid that needs a lot of care and attention, and that there might be some part of you that might think that, well, if it's not with my partner who has crossed these lines with me before, who's it going to be? Because who's going to sign up for that? And I would just put out there that should you find the partner who is ready to sign up for that, that sounds like the type of partner who would match what you want to bring to the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You've laid out your value system to me, and I bet there's somebody out there who shares that value system who might impress you. Like I said, I'm not going to meddle too much in that one because there's a lot of big life choices to be made there, but I don't want you to convince yourself that. Yeah, indeed. Once your therapist stops fucking dancing down at the karaoke bar with all your enemies in life.
I have a new therapist, thankfully, and she's amazing.
How many sessions did you have to do just to sort out all the shit from your last therapist?
A lot.
And you know they know each other. There's not too many therapists in this part of the country.
Yes. It was a lot.
Did you go to the new therapist and they're like, the amount of clients I get who have been ethically fucked over by that last therapist?
For real.
Really?
She said something similar. Yes. She was like, I've only had bad things. And I was like, me too. I've only experienced bad things.
Oh,
but my new
goodness.
one is amazing, and she brings a golden retriever to our sessions. So it's all good.
Well, that's lovely. Well, you got that going for you.
Yeah. And she's a really sweet pup, so it works out.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And thankfully, I
have
don't
any,
think this one would do that.
You got any friends who come and babysit for you?
Oh, no.
Is the oldest, is
I've
the
never
13-year-old
left,
old enough? You never leave these kids. You never get a night out on your own.
Hardly, unless they're with their dad, which is, that's still weird.
That's layered up with all sorts of feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to talk to some of these friends who have supported you and let them know they need to come sit with the kids one night because you need a fucking night for yourself. You need that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
You need that once in a while. Your head's going to fall off your shoulders and explode if you don't find some self-care time.
For sure. For sure. I think they would do it. I just have to ask.
Please do, because you deserve it.
Thank you. I'm sorry if you can hear that. They're doing some kind of construction outside.
Don't you ever apologize to anyone for anything. You're going to apologize to me because you're not responsible for the construction. You don't ever apologize for anything to me. I don't care. It's not your fault. First of all, I can't hear it. Even if it sounded like there was a drill boring into my left temple, I don't need you apologizing to anyone for things that are not your fault. You got enough balls kept in the air because you don't have to apologize for a nearby construction crew on top of it.
Thank you. I will try to stop doing that so much.
What are your duties at the laundromat entail?
Cleaning, a lot of cleaning and dusting, but we also wash people's laundry. So I do a lot of other people's laundry, which is interesting to see what people bring. But it's not so much what people bring. I'm more interested in the things people leave behind. Entire washers full of clothes that have been washed. They paid to wash them.
They forget they ever existed.
Yes. I don't know.
And in a small town, are these sometimes people who you know who they are in a small town?
Sometimes. Or if I describe them to someone, they know who they are. Usually. They'll be like, oh, yeah, that's so-and-so. He's married to this person, and his mom is this person, and they go to this church.
I got to say that first of all, you're working hard. That's great. There is a part of me that on a metaphorical level does not like that you've been through what you've been through with the loss of your parents, with a partner who wasn't treating you right, with a shrink who betrayed your trust. You're homeschooling the kids and pouring everything you can into them and their education. And then on top of it, your job is to, without exaggeration, literally handle your entire town's dirty laundry on top of it. There's a part of me that just feels like we got it. You got it. I can't even handle that. You're doing everything for everybody else all the time. And we need to make sure you are looking out for you and that other people are looking out for you. Have to.
Yes. I'm trying to get better about that. I never made that.
I'm not the best.
It's funny.
Not the best at it myself, taking care of me, but so it's definitely do as I say, not as I do. But you are clearly someone who you've had to watch your own back so many times, and so many other people's backs so many times.
Yeah.
And
I'm not sure I would know what to do with relaxing entirely.
Oh man. We gotta make sure some friends in your life step in and give you a day or two to just go sit in a chair and read a book. And I don't know if you drink, just drink a margarita or something. I don't even drink, but you just need to sit and read a book or watch a whole show on an iPad next to a pool. Just binge
that
some
sounds
dumb
amazing.
show. You need a day or two like that. You don't ever get that, huh?
No.
Yeah, you
I
need
don't think
that.
just like that. Most
You
of my
deserve
days are
so much more
cleaning
than that,
up
but at
and-
the very least that. Yeah, no, teaching kids, cleaning up after 4 kids, working. I'm putting together the pieces of this puzzle, and yeah, I hope. I'm sure. It sounds like your new shrink is better and hopefully on it, but I hope you can get there.
Yeah.
You tell them you said some comedian who runs an unfunny podcast said that I need a day or two to just focus purely on me and feel okay about that, and that's not selfish. See what your shrink says. They'll be like, that unfunny
will.
comedian was right.
No, I would never call you
Yeah.
unfunny.
Yeah, some people do. It's fine. I'm
Well, that's
making
rude.
jokes.
Like, they're entitled to their own opinions, but I can
Everybody
do wrong
is.
too.
I'm not that. There are much funny. There are many funnier comedians. That's fine. That's fine. we got 20 seconds left. I got to say, I am quite blown away by your story, and as it unfolded more and more, it's just clear you're one of the strongest people I've ever talked to, and thank you for opening up and being so vulnerable, because what a life you've lived. And you, the thing that I think I need to really reiterate too is you are still so young. You are still relatively at the beginning of life. There's so much more opportunity ahead of you. And I really hope that things unfold in a way where they get better and better. I really do.
Thank you. It's been great.
We've got our time is up here. If you want to hang out more, I'd love to hang out for like 15 more minutes and get to know you behind the paywall with the 5 questions. And that's also fun because very often those questions can be quite silly.
Yeah, sounds great.
Do you have? Awesome. So we're going to say goodbye to everybody on the free feed.
Goodbye.
Caller, thank you so much, so sincerely. It's not a joke. Your call just kept unfolding in a way that was unbelievable. And I just really hope you know that you're strong and your approach to life is beautiful. And for many people, there would be cynicism, there would be anger, there would be hopelessness. And I didn't get the sense you gave into any of that. And man, that is inspiring. Thank you for calling. Thank you to Andrea Quinn for producing the show. Thank you to Shell Shag for the theme music. We got the Facebook group. We're on Instagram. You can sign up for extra stuff with every caller at beautifulanonymous.com. That is the best way you can support the show. As far as our contract, we've got about 2 years left. But I think at the end of that 2 years, the number one thing that will determine the lifespan of Beautiful Anonymous is the strength of that subscription service. I think that's the future. So supporting the show means an endless amount. And we thank you to everyone who has signed up. Please let people know the show exists. Word of mouth is the greatest advertising we've got. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you next time. This week on Beautiful Anonymous Plus, here's some of what you'll get from the 5 questions.
I got a new cat. Actually, a new cat found me.
Love that.
It just came up to my
Love
door
that.
and came in, and he hasn't left. And his name is George, and he is adorable.
That is. Now, I know in the beginning you said something along the lines of like making sure that small town Southern stereotypes weren't part of the story, but then you say things like, a cat found me, he wandered in, his name is George, and he won't leave. And that feels like the most small town Southern shit I have ever heard of. You are aware of this, right?
Yes. Now that you point it out, yes, that is. Yeah. But it's true.
Don't forget to sign up for Beautiful Anonymous Plus at beautifulanonymous.com.